Hello everybody, welcome to Elite Weather. My name is Mr. G. I am your meteorologist. I hope you guys are having a great Tuesday out there as we talk about the weather forecast. So we're going to have this video here for you guys today. So again, welcome to the channel. If you're watching me on TikTok, you can follow me over there. And if you're watching on YouTube, go ahead and leave a subscribe to the channel and leave your comments and your likes and everything is always welcome. So our city of the day is Milwaukee, Wisconsin, where they're seeing some light snow moving through the area right now, as that snow is going to be clearing your area pretty soon here. Within the next hour or so, you're going to be starting to see that snow diminish and things begin to settle down for your area as that storm system starts to lift to the north there over into Canada. So hopefully you have a nice commute home as we see that snow gradually begin to diminish across parts of the Great Lakes over there over Lake Michigan. So let's take a look at the rest of the forecast to talk about the storm system that's affecting the Midwest and the East Coast right now, and the heavy rain down to the south, and the severe weather that we could see today over Texas and Louisiana and Arkansas. So let's take a look at our maps as we go over our forecast for today. All right, everybody, here's your Tuesday weather forecast right now as we take a look at our first map. And we're going to be looking at the radar across the Great Lakes in the Northeast as we're going to be seeing that snow making its way into across Michigan, out of Wisconsin. And we're also seeing that snow over upstate New York and parts of Connecticut and Massachusetts as well, and northern Pennsylvania, where we're seeing some freezing rain mix in. Right in this area, we got a thin strip of freezing rain that's right around that boundary between that snow and that rainfall that we're seeing coming up out of the Ohio Valley and over parts of the Appalachian Mountains. We're going to be seeing that rainfall coming up out of Kentucky and Tennessee. We're also seeing some rain showers here over North Carolina and into Virginia. So that 95 corridor, as far as the south is concerned, is going to be warming up for rain as warmer temperatures begin to move into those regions, as well as we have that bulb of warm air coming across from the west. That's going to also precede another storm system that's going to be bringing that severe weather across the southern U.S. as well. So let's take a look at our next map. And this is going to be our winter weather advisories across the Northeast and the Great Lakes, where we're seeing predominantly a winter weather advisory, as most of the precipitation is very light out there. We're only going to be picking up a few inches at most. So some very light snow across the Northeast and parts of the Great Lakes, Michigan and Wisconsin, over to Missouri, Iowa as well. We're going to be seeing that light snow, and over northern Illinois. Here is your snow still to come across the Great Lakes in the Northeast. And we're looking at mostly less than an inch in some areas, and then up to 1 to 3 inches in places where we're looking at the lighter color blue. So we're going to be looking at up to about 3 inches of snow at the most out here with this winter precipitation, that wintry precipitation that's making its way northward, soon to be out of the area. So later this afternoon, you guys should have a dry commute home. We are also going to be seeing that ice still to come, so that freezing rain, and we're going to be looking at about 1/10 of an inch or less for the most part. But some areas over Vermont and New Hampshire, we could be picking up to 1/4 of an inch of freezing rain in those areas. So we're going to keep an eye out for that, and into Maine. So please be careful out there if you're commuting or if you're walking or going to be standing around outside, as it's going to be very slippery out there, and personal injuries from slips and fall is going to be very common. I've watched some dramatic videos over the last several days of slips and falls, traffic accidents. I even saw a fire truck. Check that out on TikTok. The fire truck doing the walks down the street, and it went into a driveway. It spun around in circles, a fire truck spinning around in circles through a neighborhood, and it came to a stop in a driveway like it was parking in their garage. It was pretty crazy to see. I saw a lot of dramatic video of traffic collisions. People can't stop going up hills, parked cars just sliding down hills. It was just unbelievable the amount of freezing rain and ice storms that we've seen. We've seen over the Pacific Northwest. In Portland, where they've picked up over an inch of freezing rain or ice on the ground. We've seen like a half-inch down across the plains and parts of the Mississippi River Valley down through Arkansas and Oklahoma and Missouri. We saw a lot of freezing rain. We've seen a lot of freezing rain through Illinois and Indiana today, as well as into Michigan. And we've been seeing some of that freezing rain now into Pennsylvania, upstate New York, through Connecticut, Massachusetts, Vermont, and New Hampshire and Maine. So we're seeing a lot of that freezing rain associated with this storm system. Here is your rain still to come, and we're going to be seeing a lot of that rain over here over the mid-Atlantic states. So if you're in, Pennsylvania here, West Virginia, Ohio, down through Virginia, New Jersey, Maryland, we're going to be seeing that rainfall for your area this afternoon. Some areas going to be picking up 1 to 2 inches through Pennsylvania, West Virginia, and Ohio. But if you're further to the east and south, so if you're in Maryland, South Central Pennsylvania, West in Virginia as well, you're going to be picking up that inch or less. So we're going to still see some rain showers across the mid-Atlantic this afternoon as well. But we're going to see that begin to wind down as we get through the day. But further down to the south is where we're going to be seeing some severe weather potentially here with this storm system, as we're starting to see much warmer temperatures come into play. And with those warmer temperatures, we see the severe weather threat go on the increase, and we can see some severe weather over East Texas here, Arkansas, and parts of Louisiana. With this activity right in here, we can see that potential there for some severe thunderstorms. And here is our flood alerts across the south, as we're seeing that some areas pick up as much as 5 to 6 inches of rain. So over eastern Texas, Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, Georgia, Tennessee, Arkansas, and Missouri is where we're going to be seeing a flood alert because of heavy rain. And we're going to see that severe weather threat that's going to be possible over East Texas and into Louisiana as well, where we're going to be seeing some severe thunderstorms possible this afternoon. And we're going to have a tornado threat possible as well. So we're going to be seeing that over East Texas and Louisiana this afternoon as well. And we're going to also have the potential for damaging winds up to 60 miles per hour down across southeastern Texas and south central Louisiana. And we're going to be seeing a large hail threat where we can see hail up to 3/4 of an inch, and that's going to be down across south central Texas. So we're going to see the potential for hail this afternoon. And rain still to come across the deep south, and that's going to be through your day on Saturday, where we can still pick up 5 to 8 inches over Louisiana, parts of Mississippi as well. And we're going to see that 3 to 5 inches over East Texas, northern Louisiana, Arkansas, Tennessee, Alabama, Florida, and into Georgia and North Carolina and parts of South Carolina as well, where we could pick up 3 to 5 inches of rain. So very heavy rainfall. This is rain still to come across the south. So Houston, we're going to see that 3 to 5 inches. In New Orleans, 2 to 3 inches. That's going to definitely be leading to some pretty significant flooding across the deep south and through Little Rock, Arkansas, 3 to 5 inches. And with the addition of melting ice and snow, so we're going to definitely see that flood threat increase over those regions. Nashville, Tennessee is going to be another 2 to 3 inches of rain, and then 5 to 8 inches of rain over places like Jackson, Mississippi. So a lot of heavy rain to fall across the deep south. And here is those changing temperatures we're going to talk about right now, and how we've seen overnight lows last week hover about 2 degrees in Memphis, Tennessee, but we saw an overnight low on the 25th that's going to be 56 degrees, 54-degree temperature change in Memphis, and as well as Birmingham, Alabama, where we went from 10 degrees on the 17th to 56 64 degrees on the 25th. This is an overnight low. We have a forecasted overnight low of 64 degrees, where we went from below freezing to well above freezing. So not a bad change there in the temperature. It's going to definitely melt any ice and snow that is falling over those regions. Washington, D.C., we went from 16 degrees in the morning on the 17th to 58 degrees in the morning of the 26th. So we have that in the forecast. So we're also going to see Philadelphia, which was 14 degrees on the 17th, will be 51 degrees in the morning on the 26th. So we're definitely going to be seeing that significant warm up, and that's going to lead to daytime highs in the 60s and 70s over these very same areas. So definitely we went from a deep freeze to spring-like weather here across the South and the mid-Atlantic states and parts of the Midwest. It's going to be a nice change there. And even here in Minnesota, we are forecasted to see temperatures in the 50s here in the first week of February here across Minnesota and the Twin Cities. So that is showing you how much warmer it's going to be. Our typical temperatures for that time of the year is 26 degrees in the first week of February. We're going to possibly see highs in the lower 50s on about the 5th of February or so. So definitely a change in the weather there as that El Nino pattern continues. We're going to see those significant shifts towards warmer weather with occasional shots of bouts of cold air, but predominantly the pattern is going to trend towards warmer than average. And here across the mid-Atlantic, we're going to be seeing those forecasted highs tomorrow with those temperatures in the upper 50s to lower 60s. And then across the deep south, we have the potential to see some warm record lows across the southeast and in the U.S. as well, where we can see some morning low temperatures make its way into the 60s over parts of Florida and South Carolina, Georgia as well, where we can see some overnight lows in the mid 60s. So definitely some spring-like temperatures there as far as your overnight temperatures and early morning temperatures are concerned across the eastern United States. So for Wednesday, we're going to see those forecast highs go up into the 50s and 60s, and we're going to be seeing some 70s there across the southeast. So Charleston, Montgomery, Alabama, all the way down to Jacksonville, temperatures in the 60s, 70s, but we're going to be seeing those 60s across the Carolinas, the Mid-South in Tennessee and Kentucky, and we're going to be seeing those temperatures into the 40s and 50s across the Southern Plains. So that is a look at your weather forecast, everybody. My name is Mr. G. So enjoy that warmer weather that's moving in across the east. We're going to get a brief respite from the rainfall across the west coast, but another round of storms is going to be coming in the next day or two. So we're going to cover the next storm system that's going to affect the west coast with heavy rain and take a look at those impacts, as well as we saw some dramatic flooding across San Diego where we've had that heavy rain lead to some flooding over those areas. So again, thank you for watching me today. Your likes and comments is welcome to the channel on TikTok and YouTube, and please feel free to subscribe or follow. So have a great day, everybody, and I will see you tomorrow in the next video. Bye-bye.